before I start, I must apologise to Banggood.com for taking so long to review this because my internet's been down. But this is the Eachine ATX03 VTX mini transmitter. Now, as always, what I'm doing, there is nothing in the box because everything is out of the box, and this is what you get in the box. You get a great little manual that tells you everything that you need to know about the VTX itself. It's a 72 channel 9-band VTX. It's switchable between 25 milliwatts, well 0 and 200 milliwatts, so 25 milliwatts, 50 milliwatts and 200 milliwatts. Now we'll go through the bands and how to switch all the channels. The maximum input voltage is between 3.2 volts and 5.5 volts. Anything above that, you will blow the VTX up. Now it's very light. It comes in at 3.5 grams, and as you can see here, what I am really liking is it has a little UFL connector right here, so you can switch out this IPEX antenna if you do not like it. You could more than likely put a Furious FPV antenna on there if the connector is the right size, because I have seen some that are just slightly different than others. Some are bigger than others. Now you get two different types of plugs here. This plug on this side with the red and black wire is for your power in, and the other plug on the other side is to plug into your camera. Now I'm going to be snipping all these plugs off. On the input to your camera, you've obviously got your positive, negative signal, and you also have an audio wire. There is no audio on the VTX. The audio comes from your camera itself, but unfortunately I don't have any cameras lying around with a microphone on them because I've taken them all off. So once I get it wired up, and what I'm going to do again is I'm going to wire it up to my little Wasp 90mm frame. I'm going to just take out the old VTX and regulator, keep the 600 TVL camera on it, and set this at the back and get everything wired up. Now, like I said, it's basically meant for a one cell battery, LiPo battery. So if you're going to go above that, you'll need to use a regulator. Once I have everything installed, I'll go through how to change the bands and also how to change the channels and the power of the VTX itself. And you can get this from Banggood.com at the price of £11. I'm not quite sure what that is in dollars. What's that, $13 or something like that? It's very cheap indeed and very light. If this does a good a job as I think it's going to do, it's going to be a cracking little seller because it's lightweight and it's so diverse. You can plug it in or onto just about any quadcopter. So maximum VTX voltage output is 200 milliwatts, and that's sufficient enough for most of everybody's needs on the little micro quadcopter. So let me get this hooked up, wired up, go through all the little menus and take it for a flight. Right, that's me get everything hooked up all nice and neatly. The ATX03 VTX is hooked up to my camera and it's hooked up to the power, and you can see I've taken the antenna and taken it into the inside so it's protected. I've just put a little bit of black tape there. So now I'm going to plug it in, and when I plug it in, you won't be able to see it, but I need to turn my lamp off for this. And now you can see it's at 0. Now 0 means it's giving no power output whatsoever. And if I just press the button once, let me get round to the side, this is kind of awkward. If I just press it once, you can see that it's changing the channels. And it's got channel 1 to 8. Now if I press and hold the button, there it's flashing, that's me changing the bands. Okay, and I like to stay in band A, so I'm going to keep it in band A, if you can see that there. So we're still transmitting no power output whatsoever, so we're going to change that. We're going to press and hold the button for 5 seconds. And there you go, that's at 25 milliwatts. That's at 50 milliwatts, and now that's at 200 milliwatts, and I want to keep it at 200 milliwatts. So I'm at band A, channel 3 on 200 milliwatts, and that's us all ready to go and fly. As simple as that. And one more thing. Let me put my lamp back on. You won't be able to see it now. And unplug it. If you do not like the IPEX antenna that's on here, I do believe that the Furious antenna will fit. I don't know yet, but after I take it out for a test flight, I'm going to try and hook this on and see if it works. It might be better than the IPEX antenna. I do not know. It depends where you're flying. Okay, but I'm going to take it out for a test flight now. That was it. Simple and easy. Wired the power wires onto the main board. Obviously the video wires onto the camera, and that's my little lightweight Wasp, inductix Wasp. Let's take it out for a flight. after that flight, all I have to say is the Eachine ATX03 VTX is an excellent little kit. It's not straightforward plug and play. You do have to do a bit of soldering depending on what quad you want to put it on, and you can also use the Furious antenna because I had it on, but unfortunately enough, which is strange enough, it wasn't as good as the IPEX antenna that was on it. Don't forget, this is a brush quad, and it was really windy outside today, and it felt like I was flying a slug. But the point wasn't the flying. The point was all about the quality of the VTX and how far I got. I got as far as I could get with the little inductix FC. It flew for what I wanted it to do. It did what I wanted it to do. For £11, you cannot complain. These should be bought in abundance. They will suit just about any quadcopter. 150 size, 200, 250 size, you name it. Take your pick. For £11 for the ATX 03. You can't beat it. You really can't. What a cracking little VTX. I must admit, it really is. Now I'm going to take it out and test another camera out. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, happy flying.